How's it going? Welcome to the channel. My name is Jacob with Smeding Performance, and today we are building a pretty nice, bad to the bone LS short block. The foundation for this build is going to be a Dart LS Next SHP engine block. It's iron, it's got 6-bolt head pattern, it's a 4-125 bore, and these also have a 3-galley oil system, so they have a lot better oil flow and control in the engine compared to a factory 2-galley block. For the rotating assembly, we're going to use our Smeding 4340 forged 4-inch stroke LS crankshaft. These are internally balanced, come with a 58X reluctor wheel. Super nice pieces. I run one on my own car actually. And then we're also going to run it with our LS Power Adder H-beam connecting rod. These are also 4340 forged steel. They are 6-125 length, and they come standard with ARP 2000 hardware. Again, same rods I actually use in my own build. I have that much confidence in them. To top that off, we're doing a 5cc relief flat top JE 2618 piston. We've got stainless steel top ring, Napier second, as well as a medium tension oil ring. Now, we're running a medium tension ring in this build because it's going to be twin turboed. So whenever we start adding power adders, I like to start to increase that oil tension just to keep a little more oil out of the combustion chamber. Of course, we're going to run a tri-metal King XP bearing on the rods and the mains. We're going to run our custom turbo stage 4 camshaft. It's a billet cam. They're super nice, never had an issue with one. I love these Rollmaster timing sets. They're billet gears, they've got a separate oil drive, an Iwis German chain, as well as a thrust bearing on the back for even less friction inside the engine. Going on top of the camshaft, we're going to run our Gatorman link bar lifter. These are super popular right now. We keep these on the, or we try to keep them on the shelf, but you guys are killing it. So these are a link bar lifter, they're hydraulic roller, and these are a beautiful drop-in replacement for every LS. They have the same plunger height as factory, so 90% of the time, these will use the same push rods as factory. Pretty cool. We sell these, we keep them in stock, they're super affordable. I recommend these as a great upgrade for anything over like a CTSV, caddy lifter, whatever you want to call it. You get the link bar, you get some nice upgrades, a lot of endurability, and they're under 500 bucks, guys, and we've never broken a set. Anyways, so back to the motor. Shay has already gapped rings and mic'd our bearing clearance for the mains and the rods. This build is going to make about 1200 horsepower, twin turboed, and so the top ring is at 28, the second ring is at 30, and we're going to run 2.2 to 2.4 on the rods and about 2.5 to 2.6 on the mains. This block does have a billet steel 4-bolt main cap, as well as it has splayed outer main bolts to increase strength and rigidity. So the whole goal, obviously, is the strongest foundation we can build to handle the 12 to 1300 horsepower that this customer is going to make. So with that, I'm going to pass the camera off to Shay. He's going to build this engine and kind of walk you guys through the process and give you all the bullet point steps. And I'll see you guys at the end of the video.
All right, guys, so first up, we're gonna install the camshaft. I like to do this as the first step. That way the crankshaft's not in it. You're not fighting against access to all the journals and getting the camshaft installed smoothly. I also like to do this upside down. That way when you're putting it in, if you are to maybe nick or mar any bearing, it is on the not loaded side of the bearing. just wanted to note, we're not just arbitrarily sanding these faces here. So we're measuring here all these different 4 pads on both sides of the bearing and making sure that they are even, that they measure the same thickness this direction. Your greatest measurement is going to be the limit of your thrust. So you want to sand more obviously on these ends, the thicker ends, because these are not what's keeping you from getting thrust. We already have more thrust in the block. I'm confident that this is going to work. I'm going to put the thrust cap back on and measure with it torqued and see if we can get this thing final installed. Real quick, for those of you wondering, yes, this camshaft has been degreed during mock-up. Dot to dot ended up being within 1/4 degree, so I reinstalled it dot to dot here, and that's what we're rolling with. Real quick, if you guys have been wondering what I'm doing when I'm moving these rods back and forth, I'm just making sure that these have side clearance. That's a real good, easy way without having to actually physically measure anything to see if something's weird, something's going on. Maybe you don't have the cap on the correct rod. Something's weird, this will not move. You should be able to feel these move. So that's just a real quick, easy thing to do. Make sure everything's golden. So we're gonna go ahead and repeat that same process for these 3, get everything final torqued down, roll it over, make sure everything feels nice and smooth, and she's ready to go.
And just like that, a 427 LS is born. So again, a quick recap on the deal. This is going to be about a 1200 horse 427 LS short block that we offer. And this is really good for the DIY kind of guy, right? Like, we'll go ahead and do the full short block. That's the tedious part. From there, this customer is going to install his own cylinder heads, put on his own timing cover, oil pan. He'll do the valve train. On an LS, that stuff is so simple. We have no problem going with short blocks. We did go ahead and check lifter bore clearance though, so that whenever he's ready to run and final assemble this engine, he can put these lifters straight into the block and they will fit perfectly. We don't want to install them now though, because again, he's going to put it on an engine stand, roll it over a bunch, put the oil pump on, oil pan, so I don't want these to fall on the ground and get dirty or damaged. That about wraps up this build. Hope you guys enjoy the 427 LS stuff. It's super popular right now, so we figured we'd keep showing it. As always, leave us a comment below if there's anything you would like us to show you guys or teach you guys in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see y'all later.